Hello, I think we're live. All right, I think it might be a little loud. Let me turn that down a bit. Hello, hello, test, test, test. All right, we are live. Oh, that's not gonna work. Okay. Hello, I'll be right back. Just trying to get the streaming stuff worked out. It's kind of crazy how difficult it is. Just give me one sec. Okay. All right. So I think we are currently streaming to both Twitter and YouTube. Boy, Twitter does not make it easy. If you, a little bit behind the scenes, if you stream to Twitter using 4K, it basically just breaks. And surprisingly, there's not a single solution for any streaming software to stream 4K to YouTube and 1080p to Twitter. Absurd. All right. Yeah, a lot to talk about. I didn't actually plan on streaming today, but I just wanted to get this stuff working, and then there's a bunch of cool stuff to talk about, so why don't we just talk about it? Give me a sec. I'm going to pull up some cool stuff. Let's see. Hey, from Lisbon. What's up, Lisbon? All right. Hi from SpaceX. All right. Cool. It's just going to be me today on stream. No guess. Alex is working on a cool video editing, so he's not going to join either. All right. Let's talk about a few things. So, I made a video about OpenAI's new ChatGPT Canvas feature. That is what Alex is currently editing. So hopefully we can get that out in the next couple hours and you'll enjoy that. It's pretty cool. Do you guys want to test that out? We can also talk about Meta's new text to video model, although it's not technically live or available yet. Okay. All right. So there seems to be some issues with the audio. Give us 1 second. Sorry for the disruption, folks. All right. So sorry, Twitter. You're just not going to work. I don't know what to say. It's crazy how difficult it is to just stream to Twitter. So we had to set up a separate computer. It was restreaming, and then that wasn't working well. So we have some technical issues still to iron out. Cool. All right, let's just talk about AI. This streaming stuff is boring. Okay. So let's play around with Canvas a little bit. I think that'd be cool. I'm going to pull that up right now. All right, here we go. Can everybody see this? Hopefully you guys can see this all right. So if we look here, we have ChatGPT 4.0, and look at that, ChatGPT 4.0 with Canvas. If you have a paid account, you should have access, or an enterprise account, which is also a paid account. And then they said as soon as it exits beta, they will release it to all users. All right. Yes, good. You guys can see it. Okay, cool. So let's test it out. Oh, Ahmed, thank you. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Let's do it. Yep, we are. Burke, we are going to test out the Canvas feature. Let's try. Let's see. Of course, right? What am I going to type? Please write the game Snake in Python. Yeah, we'll try other things, but let's just start there. I just want to show it to you in action. So has this cool little animation where it opens up, writes all the code in the separate window. On the left side, this is where the chat actually occurs. You can chat here. You can also highlight things and then click this Ask ChatGPT button, which will basically give it the context of whatever you've highlighted over here. And then in the bottom right corner, you have different options. So for coding, you have add comments, add logs, fix bugs, port to a language, and code review. Now, one thing I've noticed is even if you highlight something and then you come down here and click one of these buttons do not reference only what you've highlighted. That was something that I had learned about. So here's the snake game in Python. I'm not going to try it out. That's not the point. But rather, let's try highlighting some code. Ask ChatGPT, and now we can edit it in line. So edit or explain. So change these colors to something different. So now we're going to see this cool animation where basically line by line it drops down. It shouldn't change other lines of code, but I think it used different colors here. Now I didn't actually check. I've updated the colors to be different shades while still keeping good contrast. So if I hit Command Z, it does. Okay, so it did change it back. So here, this was our original, and then here are our updated colors. Just keeping an eye on chat as well. Yeah, so it's like artifacts, CPAP says. Yeah, that's kind of right. It's kind of like Claude's artifacts feature. Pops out a separate window, allows you to edit in the separate window and in line. I think one difference that I read, although I can't remember, Claude's artifacts features has an execute function, so you can actually execute code. But this does not. You cannot execute code here. So let's try something else. So let's do port to a language. So it has this nice little slider, and we have PHP, C++, Python, keep current, JavaScript, TypeScript, Java, and that's it. I think just from a UI perspective, having a slider where everything, it's like a static decision, a static selection, that's kind of weird. But yeah, okay. So let's convert it to TypeScript. So you simply highlight it and it will update it to TypeScript, just like so. CPAPs, does it hit prompt amounts more than standard ChatGPT 4.0? I'm not actually sure. Typically, when you're using ChatGPT, you're not really thinking about prompt amounts. I guess, are you asking about quota? I'm not so sure. Spotlight synthesis. So in your opinion, it's not on par with Claude Artifacts feature. To be honest, I haven't used Claude's Artifacts feature in a while. Yeah, I haven't even logged in a while. That's crazy. Okay, so I'm not going to test it in this second, but maybe we'll come back and kind of compare and contrast between the two. But yeah, so changed it. Pretty nifty. Elon Musk says there is no limit. Yeah. So I think, yeah, as long as you're using ChatGPT, there's essentially like no quota. Daily prompt amounts. Yeah, I don't think there is one for ChatGPT. Now, of course, if you want to use O1 Preview or O1 Mini, there are. And these are not selectable because they don't support Canvas. Okay, just joined. What are we using right now? ChatGPT 4.0 with Canvas. That's what we're playing around with. All right. Cool. So yeah, let's try one more thing. Port to a language. Let's do C++. So it does rewrite everything every time when you do that. CPAP says there is a limit, and maybe I should just look this up. But Elon, you know, one of my biggest regrets in life, buying Claude AI subscription. Yeah, I've been a Claude subscriber, and as you could tell, I just opened it up, and I haven't used it long enough where it actually just logged me out. So maybe I got to get back in there. I'm not even going to mess around with that right now. So did Edwin from OpenAI connect with you? He did. I got an invite to OpenAI Dev Day. Unfortunately, it was about 3 days before the actual Dev Day, and so that plus, you know, I've been a little sick lately. It just wasn't going to work out. But now that I'm connected with them, I hope I get invited to the next event because I would love to attend. Also, you know, it wasn't like huge news. Surprised they didn't launch Canvas during Dev Day, which seems like they probably should have. All right, what should we test? Let me know. So other things you could do. First of all, oops, no, I don't want to do that. Let us port to a language. Let's switch back to Python because that's what I can read most easily. Okay, so I think one cool thing that you can do, so typically when you ask for the snake game, it uses the Python Pygame library. So we can highlight it and say use a different library. And not only is it obviously going to rewrite that, but it has to rewrite a lot of the code because it's all based on that library. And now we're using tkinter. And there we go. So I've replaced Pygame with tkinter. Okay. And yeah, I mean, look, I think if you're a developer, this is interesting. It's something you should tinker with, but I don't necessarily think you're going to be using it all that much, especially when you have better options out there. Like Continue, any of the AI IDEs out there. Obviously, I just did a whole review of Pythagora, which is great. So I actually think it's really cool because a lot of these products are coming at it from different directions. I think Continue has a very strong product. What are some other ones? Replit has AI agents, so you can do that. What are your favorite AI coding tools right now? I'm not doing a ton of real world coding nowadays, so it's all just playing around and testing these things. So I don't really. Maybe I'm not the best judge. I think the most time I've ever spent was probably on the Pythagora video, just going through building a real life application, which was really cool. But yeah, so first pick, I just use Pythagoras now. I like it so far. Great. Cursor, yeah, cursor. How could I forget? Yeah, so there's cursor, there's continue, Aider. Aider, I reviewed a long time ago, AIDER. It was the first AI coding assistant that could ingest entire code bases, and that's because if I remember correctly, it used something called universal C tags. And for those of you who are not aware of what that is, and please correct me if I'm not describing this right, but universal C tags is this language used to map code bases so that IDEs could search through them easily and kind of just understand the linking between different parts of the code and methods. And so what Aider discovered was, well, if we just feed in the universal C tags to a LLM, it essentially gives it kind of a compressed version of the code base where it understands the different connections between the different parts of the code base. So really interesting application of it. GitHub Copilot doesn't ingest your whole code base as far as I know. I don't think Continue really does it that well. Cursor doesn't really do it that well. Aider is still one of the only ones. Pythagoras, if you remember that video, I had 1,600 lines of code, and it seemed to understand all of it. Now, what happens when I get to 16,000 or 160,000? I'm not sure. So we'll see. And in my video that Alex is editing right now about Canvas, I talked about platform risk a lot because I think that's an important part of this conversation when looking at OpenAI's decisions, what they're building and why. So imagine you're a developer and you're building AI applications on top of OpenAI's API. And then suddenly they release something like this, which clearly is not a platform play. They are delivering products to end users with something like this. So I would be pretty darn nervous seeing something like this. And I mentioned in the video that I made, it'll be out hopefully later today, that platform risk is something that I dealt with quite a bit at my previous startup. We built our entire stack, or a lot of the stack, on top of Twilio. So we did a lot of things with telephony. And Twilio was purely a platform when we did that. They actually invested in my last company. And then one day they launched a competing product, and it was not infrastructure. It was not a platform. It was an end user product. They were going to sell to enterprise companies, which were our customers, and it was directly competitive with what we were building. So, I look, if you're building a company and you're building on top of somebody else's platform, just be wary. There's nothing preventing them from just building a competing product. They get to see all of your data. They get to know who your customers are for the most part. That's not even if they're doing anything really insidious. So it's just something to consider. I don't know if you guys like me talking about that stuff, but I find it interesting. Let me know. But I just think anytime you're building on top of a platform, especially with a burgeoning company like OpenAI that is just exploding right now, they're trying to figure out their monetization strategies. You're just taking a huge risk. So de-risk yourself. Don't depend on OpenAI directly. Build on top of multiple models. Build on top of multiple strategies. That is my advice. Devin, yeah. Oh, yeah. 24/7 AI news. Does Devin still exist? Yeah, I don't know. They're definitely not out yet. I don't know where they are. So, okay, let's try some writing now. All right, so let's say, I wonder if this will trigger it, right? 10 sentences that end with the word apple. Okay, so it did not trigger Canvas. Let's see if we can get it to trigger Canvas with this. I don't know if using Canvas. Oh, yeah, it does. So you can trigger Canvas just saying using Canvas, which I don't believe was in their documentation. Have you tried asking Advanced Voice Assistant for coding? No, I have not, CPAPs. VT photography. Yes, you can absolutely ask questions there. I would appreciate your questions. Okay, let's just do it. 2 questions. VT photography. 1, I'm just reading this on the fly. I've not pre-read this. So I have inventory management program done in Python with 1,000 lines of code. When using Canvas, it only allows to make 200 lines visible. Did anyone find how to fix it? Interesting. Interesting. Okay. I guess it has a limit. I did not know that. Let's see. Write. This is weird, but write Python code. I don't care what it's about. Make it at least 200 lines of code. Okay, so let's see. Let's see. Spencer Bentley says, I was talking with the dev team. I assume this person, Spencer, means the OpenAI dev team. They are working on triggering it better, but for now, you just ask for Canvas. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Okay, so we got to 179 lines of code, so definitely did not listen. I know this is ugly. I'm just going to copy and paste this a few times. I mean, there's more than 200 lines right there. Okay, so I don't see the 200 line limit that you saw, VT photography. And let's ask it to fix bugs, because there's certainly bugs since I just redid it a bunch, or essentially I just copy pasted a bunch of times. I love this animation, by the way. So simple. Austin Morgan says GPT claims there is no line limit, but it could be hallucinating. Justin, hey Matt, first time I catch this Matt's live stream. Do you know MattVid Pro? I do know him. He's awesome. I've done a couple things with him. I'd love to do more. I'd love to bring him on some of these live streams. I've joined his live stream, or I've commented or been in the chat in his live stream. Yeah, he's awesome. I've not met him in person though. I have met Matt Wolf in person, but not MattVid Pro. So I'm hoping to meet MattVid Pro in person. Ruetti, artifacts with a new name. Yeah, like a simplified artifacts. You said at least 201 lines, not max of 201 lines. Yeah, I wanted at least 201 lines. Okay, so it did fix it. Look at that. So it got rid of all the duplicate code. So let me just try, see if I can add more functionality to this code so that it exceeds 200 lines of code. Can you upload files to it? You are blocking that part of the interface. Ah, yes, I am. Yeah, you seem to be. Yeah, you can. Okay, let me move myself. Let's see if I could do that. All right. So yes, you can attach files, connect to Google Drive, connect to Microsoft OneDrive, and upload from computer. Let's see. What happens if I attach a PDF? All right, we got a bunch of stuff to test. So let's do. I want to do some writing though. So write me a short children's story. Okay, so good. It just knew. Anything with writing, I guess it's automatically going to open up Canvas. Try loading in War and Peace. Yeah, that might break the system. Okay, so we got a good story here. By the way, did you see Sam Altman's tweet? Let me see if I can pull that up. Give me 1 second. All right, so here we go. Is add emojis in Canvas the best feature OpenAI has ever shipped? Yes, yes. So And yeah, so you'll get AGI 2, don't worry. I don't see who actually posted that. Okay. So yeah, he's having a little fun. And the feature he's specifically talking about, so I'm going to click right here. Here are the options for writing: add emojis, add final polish, reading level, adjust the length, and suggest edits. Let's go ahead and add emojis. Already gave up on the coding part. Did I forget something? AI hypnosis. Yeah, so there you go. Now, one thing that I did try is after I added emojis, I just said, okay, now remove the emojis. And yeah, okay, that seemed to work pretty well. All right, so then we can do stuff like adjust the length. So again, another slider. So let's go shorter. Okay, so shorter, just like that. And of course, let's go longer. There it is. Now add final polish. Let's see what that does. So it just adds some additional formatting. That's what I've seen: title, subtitle, or I should say header, subheader. And yeah, there it goes. Suggest edits. So this is pretty cool. So you click suggest edits. It highlights parts of the writing, and then it gives you it kind of reminds me of Google Docs, like a comment in Google Docs. And then you could say, okay, so once upon a time in a lush forest lived a squirrel named Sammy. Consider adding a brief description of Sammy's appearance to help readers visualize the character more vividly. So we click apply. It will edit that portion alone. And there we go. Now lived a squirrel named Sammy. Sammy had soft reddish brown fur, a bushy tail, bright, curious eyes. So just like that. And you can reject a suggestion like that or apply just like that. Paul with an interesting question. What do you think about a carbon tax credit type model for companies that displace workers? For example, every worker replaced has to have half their salary paid into a UBI fund. I'm not going to give you my thoughts on that because just frankly, I'm not knowledgeable enough yet. However, I am going to interview the founder of WorldCoin, and you can do a little bit of research on that. But he has a lot to say about UBI, and I'm also going to hopefully speak to Scott Stantons, who is also a UBI expert, and hopefully I'll learn some things through those interviews. Okay, so there that is. All right. Any last things y'all want to see before? I just want to talk about one last thing before we end the stream, which is the new Meta AI text to video model. All right, let's switch over to that now. So, let's see. Here we go. More examples. Okay, so just 5 hours ago, Meta AI announced Meta Movie Gen, the most advanced media foundation models to date. So basically text to video. Not only text to video, but you can generate other types of formats. So let's read a little bit about it. Gaba, do you think it's possible to load big projects in this Canva mode? No, it's not. I don't think so. I I haven't tested it, but I don't think so. Ravi, hey Matt, you planned a video about Qualcomm and Edge devices. I did not plan it. I made it and I published it. You should check it out, definitely. I'm not sure where that was going, but yeah. Oh, here we go. Oops. Yeah. Yeah, check out that video. Wait, is it free? VT Photography? I think you're asking about this. It should be free. It's not out yet, so it's not quite out yet. But let's look at some of these examples because they're pretty darn good. Yeah, I mean, these look phenomenal. I'd say these are very comparable to Sora, which is kind of state of the art. John Lewis, did you see the new multimodal NVIDIA model? Yes, I did see that. And yes, I plan on testing it for sure. NVIDIA, man, damn. Are you going to test Malmo? I didn't plan on testing Malmo, but I am planning on testing NVIDIA's new model. Yeah, okay, so hopefully this gets released soon. So let's see what they have. Movie Gen Video, so a 30 billion parameter transformer model that can generate high quality and high definition images and video from a single text prompt. 30 billion parameters, that's nuts. That is nuts that it could be so small. 30 billion parameters, that can fit on decently, like, 4090. That'll fit on a 4090. I have two A6000s. It'll definitely fit there. Movie Gen Audio, 13 billion parameter transformer model that can take a video input along with optional text prompts for controllability to generate high fidelity audio synced to the video. That's so cool. Oh, Jets115, thank you for becoming a member. Berminator 7B, that will never not be funny. Thank you, Jets. And yeah, by the way, we have memberships. You should check them out. I am starting to put more content out that is members only. I release videos early for members. So definitely check it out. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, I'm surprised. That's a really cool feature. All right, so precise video editing. This looks really cool. So using a generated or existing video and accompanying text instructions as an input, it can perform localized edits such as adding, removing, or replacing elements. Oh, wow, Jets, thank you. 50 membership gifts. Thank you so much. That's so cool. Amazing, amazing. Thank you, Jets, again. Okay, so it can generate ambient sound, instrumental. Dang, look at all those people getting memberships. That's so cool. Yeah, everybody, thank you to Jets. Okay, let's see. So using a generated or existing video. Yeah, so I think this is really cool. Let me show you an example rather than just saying it's cool. Of course, they have the little baby pygmy hippo. So edit video. This is cool. So check this out. Here's the original video, somebody running in the desert. I think this might actually be generated video. Then add blue pom-poms to his hands. There it is. So cool. Turn it to cactus desert. There it is. This is phenomenal. I mean, have you seen this in any of the other text to video platforms? I really haven't. So replace the running clothes with an inflatable dinosaur costume. There it is. It's so good. Let's look at another example. That hippo is everywhere, Paul Harding. Yes, that hippo is. And you know what? Deserves to be. Okay, here's another one. Original video. Again, I think all of these are generated by this product. Dress the penguin in Victorian outfits. There it is. I mean, it's so impressive. Change the style to a pencil sketch. Add beach umbrellas and beach beds. Very cool. Here's another one. Original video. this, I can't even tell if it's generated. Gosh, what a world we live in. What do you think? How do I do a poll? Is this one, the original video here, generated or real? Let's see if I can add a poll. Here we go. Start a poll. All right, I just started a poll. Hopefully that worked. So what do you think? This original video, is it real or is it generated? Okay. It's about 50-50 right now. 39 votes, 43 votes coming in. Okay. I'm looking for characteristics of generated video. The hands look flawless. The movement looks fluid. I think it's real. But I'm not sure. Let's see. So we're at 53% real, 51% real. Yeah, it's about 50-50. Okay, so keep the votes coming. We'll leave it on for another minute or two. Okay, so make them wear 3D glasses. There they go. Change the background to a carnival. Unreal. Look at that. So typically the way you do something like that is with a green screen. And then if you don't have a green screen, you have to manually crop out the background, but it's flawless. I'm truly blown away by this. And you can see the carnival in the background, then add pouring rain. There it is. Really cool. All right, so yeah, we're about 50-50. I'm going to end the poll. Okay. So that's the editing. Oh, somebody pointed out, Paul Harding, the guy in the background, his glasses hop in and out of the frame. Let's see. Let's see if I can see that. This guy? Look at the guy in the background with the green shirt. What am I missing? This guy right here? This guy. I don't see anything. Text input, make her less enthusiastic. Oh, AI is not there yet. No, sorry. I don't see anything. What am I missing with the guy in the background in green? Bottom left corner. Bottom left corner of this one. This is the watermark. Is that what you're talking about? This is the watermark that Meta puts on their generated videos. I wonder why it's only on this one. Oh, I guess maybe it's all four. It applies to all four. It's kind of weird. All right, so let's look again. Here's another one. Are we thinking this is real? The original video, is it real? Hard to tell. Gosh, what a world we live in. All right. Pink onesie with ears. Change the poodle's color to blue. Change the background to beautifully manicured royal garden with fountains and statues. So good. So good. Here's another one. I mean, this guy looks real. There's so much movement. I would be impressed if this is not real. And yeah, just what a world. What a world. Here's another cool one. Here's the original video. And yeah, some other cool ones. Just remove the VR headset. There it is. The pink dog is real. My neighbor has one like that. All right, so that is editing. Let's just look at some generated videos. So, okay, yeah, obviously this one's not real, but it looks really good. This one, geez, It's phenomenal. And I'm really hoping this doesn't end up being a Sora and just doesn't ever come out, but Meta is delivered, so I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt here. Okay, just give me 1 sec, everyone. Yeah. All right. So, yeah, consistent. And you know what? I think it's going to be open source because everything Meta's been doing is open source. I can't even get over a 30 billion parameter model being it. That seems crazy to me. That a 30 billion parameter model that you can run locally is generating these videos. That is so cool. Let's keep going. Yeah, this is really cool. What's our best guess as to why OpenAI did not release Sora? That's a good question. I would like to hear what you all think. I also, another way to think about it is I just read that they're essentially on version 2 of Sora, or they're training it, they're thinking about it. So I don't know. I don't know why. Maybe they couldn't align it. Maybe that's why this is not released yet. Here's another one. So a fluffy koala bear surfs. It has gray and white coat and a round nose. The surfboard is yellow. I mean, the physics are there. The physics are there. So impressive. Compute requirements. Spencer Bentley says compute requirements. I think that's a fair guess. Eric Van Ardsdalen says, happy Friday. With the RTX 5090s coming out, will you be updating your rig to utilize those? Nope. I have 2 RTX 6000s. So, and thank you to NVIDIA and Dell for sending me those. But no, I'm going to guess the RTX 5090s are not going to be as powerful. I think maybe for video games, they'll be better. Just a single RTX 5090, but for loading up like big models into video RAM directly, I think mine are going to be better. All right, let's look at another example. Yep, cool. And yeah, we saw that. So we saw the editing of text. I mean, this kid does not look real. It's like very obviously fake. This is probably the worst one I've seen so far. Here's one with a woman in a field of pumpkins, pumpkin patch, also known as. Oh, interesting. So they took an image and you can just put that person from the image directly into the video. That's really cool. I think that's what's happening now. Here's another one. Really cool. And then, of course, this doesn't have audio, so you're not missing anything. But with their text-to-audio feature that can sync with your video, like what else is there? Here's another one. So transform the lantern into a bubble that appears, that soars into the air. Okay. Let's see what else we got here. Produce personalized video. Yep, look at that. Oh my God, this this has no chance of being abused. So you take a picture of somebody and you just put them in a video. So cool. Alignment's going to be so hard. Pliny, the prompter, is going to have a field day with this. There's just no way. There's no way to align it. I do not believe that there's going to be an actual way to align it. So between, the fine tuner folks and Pliny, the prompter, jailbreaking. How is it not going to be jailbroken? Here's another one. Yeah, I mean the translation of the photo to a 3D moving person is nuts. Here's another one. This one looks okay. This one's not as good, but it's yeah, this is Uncanny Valley all day long. Paul Harding, did you already talk about the new glass chips instead of silicon and how those will improve AI? I'm not familiar with that. I don't know what that is. Do you have a name? Here's another one. This one looks cool. This is cool. Yeah. So these look good. Here's the sound effects. I think you guys can hear it. Okay. Hypersonic monkey brains. This is the worst it's going to be. Yeah, boy. And also look how far it's come just in, a year and a half, 2 years. So here's a snake. The snake doesn't look great. Glass chips. Look at Anastasia and Tech video. Okay, I will take a look. TSMC announced they are working on it. Glass chips. I don't even know what that means. All right, here's this. It sounds mostly like music. I don't hear the actual engine roaring. Oh, yeah, that's not great. That's not great. Okay, let's hear skateboarding. Oh, that sounds good. Oh my God, that's so impressive. So at the point where the wheels left the ground, the sound of the wheels touching the ground stopped. There it is. Boom, landed again. Boom, it's like flawlessly synced up with the actual video. That is so impressive. Here's another one. Oops, let me turn that off. Cool. Yeah, this is the future of Pixar movies right here. You're looking at it. Anybody's going to be able to create this. All right, so they have the research paper, but it is not out yet. And if I look at the very end of the last paragraph of the tweet announcing it, we're continuing to work closely with creative professionals from across. Benjamin, thank you. Thank you for becoming a member. I appreciate that. We got some cool stuff coming for members, some more cool stuff. You'll get some early access to videos. We're going to have some member-only live streams with Q&A. Yeah, we got some cool stuff coming. So everybody also who was just gifted memberships, good job. You're going to be part of it. So VT Photography, did any AI ever offer text into sound effects? Yeah. I mean, that's basically what we just looked at. Oh, Matt's nice and quiet, and then the sound is super loud. Yeah, apologies. I got to work on the live streaming setup. It's crazy. It's crazy difficult to do live streaming to multiple platforms, let alone one platform. I should have said that backwards, but anyway, so here we go. We're continuing to work closely with creative professionals from across the field to integrate their feedback as we work towards a potential release. Yeah, so that's basically the same approach that OpenAI took. A lot of these text to video, text to image products are taking, which is like, we want to work with Hollywood. And I don't really understand why they want to do that. I mean, I get it, but also that shouldn't be a blocker to releasing some of this stuff. There's disruption. It's going to happen. This is inevitable. We are seeing the beginning of a new wave of creating content. It's kind of like get on board or get run over. I don't mean to sound so harsh about it, but I just don't understand. Maybe they're trying to say like, hey, we want to make sure we put this out and we have strong storytelling and it's compelling. But I just don't quite understand why they want to wait to release this stuff. No, VT Photography, I know there is. I can't remember the names. Maybe chat, you can help me out. But I know. I know that there are text to sound effects models. I know that. Hopefully somebody in chat can help me out. 24/7 AI News gifted 1 membership. Thank you so much. Thank you, 24/7 AI News. Maybe you have a YouTube channel yourself. I can't tell just from looking at chat, so sorry about that. Yeah. Love meta screwing closed AI for fun. Yeah, man. Scorched earth approach. They were behind, and I mean, Zuck explained it. It was the same with their infrastructure software. Google had this monopoly on distributed computing software, and they Meta realized, hey, we're not going to innovate beyond what Google has already done, so we're going to build it ourselves and then just open source it. And boy, that is the most competitive thing you could possibly do as an organization, and it is the best for us, for end users, for consumers. Austin Morgan, 11 Labs made a text to sound effects model. So are we happy with Zuck now? I like his current vibe. I'll say that. I think it was just reported a few weeks ago that they are training their models on basically every public piece of data on Facebook, which if you didn't expect that, I don't know, you're probably missing something. Mark Zuck has done a lot to redeem himself. Yeah, the hair especially. That was all I needed for his redemption arc. Lucas C. Oh, Berminator 3.5 Opus. Welcome to the membership. Thank you, Lucas. Happy with LeCun. Yeah, LeCun. Have you seen Jan LeCun on Twitter, by the way? He basically comments on everything that Elon Musk tweets. And he always basically talks crap. Sometimes it's right, and sometimes it's not. It just looks bad. But he spends a lot of time on Twitter. What does the sound of cha-ching sound like? LOL. All right, so that's about it. Can I become a member as well? Yeah, anyways, so a couple updates, housekeeping stuff. I want to start doing live streams more often. I know I started doing them and then I didn't. Honestly, it's because it is so darn hard to get these live streams working properly. That is it. That is why. I have a video coming out later today. Be sure to check it out. It's going to be a full deep dive and testing of Canvas. We kind of did that here, but if you want to check out that video, please do. Check out the newsletter, MatthewBerman.com. Check me out on Twitter, all that good stuff. Thank you for everybody who became members today. Thank you for the Jets115 for gifting 50 memberships. Thank you again to Jets115. I really appreciate that. That's so cool. And we'll do this again soon. But